Alright. So, hopping into the save of EU4, seeing if we can save this run for someone in Blaine's server. Hello, I don't know your name. First off, sorry that the recording looks weird. I'm on an ultra-wide monitor, so the aspect ratio is off the recording. But, let's see what we're with here. Okay, Japan and South Korea. You are a tribe. Okay. Oh, Siberian tribes. Okay, let's take a look at these. So, interesting that we went with this one. I guess the yearly corruption is a bad thing. Makes sense. Okay. Okay, and how far away? We're almost to... Okay, so you are January 1st of 85. So you are 1 year away from being able to reform your government into, I'm assuming, a horde. A horde would be very good for the Manchu area. See, what culture are you? You are... Okay. It may actually be worth it for you. Not only accepting Jurchen culture, but making it your primary culture, because you can then form Manchu and all of their wonderful, amazing ideas. Speaking of ideas, let's look at your ideas. Defensive, good first idea group. That morale of armies is always a good choice. And quantity, I see you're working on, because you do have a bit of a manpower problem. But, Siberian ideas. Okay. So really just some attrition things. That's about it that we're looking at right now, until later on in the game. Your ruler, 345, pretty good. How are we looking tech-wise? Tech-wise, actually not bad. You have not spawned printing press. I'm assuming that you're... Oh. Is this... Okay. So you definitely spawned colonialism here. But looking at it, it does not look like you've started work on printing press anywhere, which is understandable since it's not really that big of a tech penalty so far. So, let's get to this actual war. You have, I'm guessing, a vassal here. Yep, a vassal. You've got a little bit of uncored land, or unstated land. And you're at war with Japan. Well, right off the bat, let's suggest and see what they'll take. So they are actually willing to just right off the bat, right when you start the save file, take only one province. It's a mountain province. It is 6 development. It has fish as its trade good, and it's not a trade center. It's not even a crossing point, like a land bridge in between Japan and this area. They'll also want war reps and some money, which, let's look at your money situation. You are doing very good. You're not losing that much money at all, even though you have a pretty big standing army here. Yeah, that's a nice army for not losing any money, and your loan size is huge. You've got a decent income. I'm guessing most of it is from this one province. I'm guessing almost all of it is from this one province, actually. Which, let's see what we have here. Because you have, let's see, 11 manpower in this province, and the whole state, which, looking at it, geez, you haven't even completed your home state. Which is fine. I'm guessing Oryat and Mongolia are tributaries of Ming. No, they're not. But Oryat is looking pretty strong. Looking over here, though, they are 2 levels in military tech behind you. You've done a very good job of keeping up on military tech. And looking just straight at the numbers, you do absolutely... Well, I mean, you're outnumbered, but it's not by a lot. It may seem like a lot, but the AI's dumb, and they will definitely split up their troops. If you want, it is totally possible to fight this war out. You can either exploit development here and get manpower that way. You can, looks like, yeah, you're at 0 professionalism, so you've definitely been slackening recruiting standards. Let me just really quick look over here at your exploit development. Yeah, so right off the bat, you can get your 2,000 or whatever, yeah, really easily, just doing these couple provinces. You can exploit enough development to regain the main power that you've lost currently. You also gain, let's see, 239 every month, which is very good for this early in the game. Well, I guess it is relatively mid-game. But because that's only 4 loans for you, getting up to... Oh, actually, it's only 3 loans for you, getting up to the 800 or whatever that they wanted here. Yeah, 855. That's 3 loans for you. That's absolutely nothing. And they'll have 10% of your income for a bit, but that's not a lot. If I were you, I would take this peace deal. It gives you a 9-year truce timer with all of Japan. It means that they can't join any coalitions against you, which I don't know how you have managed to... I guess the Jurchens are their own... Yeah, so it makes sense that since they're their own culture group, that you haven't really pissed off the Japanese yet. But I think that you should take that peace deal and spend the next 9 years trying to make an ally. Any ally. Which, for the sake of it, I'm actually just going to take this peace deal right now. So, there you go. And you already have an... Oh, this is your ally. Okay, so you do have an ally. Were they in that war with you? Yeah, they were. Okay. Sorry, I didn't notice that. However, they are pretty weak right now. So you have this all of Manchu consolidated already. You have a very large power base here. I would, if I were you, spend... let me look at your truces currently. So you have 2 years until Shun can declare on you again. And that's about it. Do you not have a truce with Hexy? No, you don't. Okay. So, if I were you, I would spend the next however many years you can rebuilding your empire, trying to just rebuild manpower, maybe even switch your capital onto the military recruitment edict to bring your manpower up to, let's see here, let a month tick through. 248 a month, which is pretty good. Your income is going to be an issue, but what we can do with that, unless you have super high, which you don't, unrest anywhere, you can just go down, drop your army maintenance, and you're making positive money, just like that. If you stop rooting out corruption, that'll also... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do not need to be rooting out that much corruption. You can bring that down quite a ways. And you're making even more money now. And the more land that you state, the more money you're going to make too. So I would state this here, since you have the admin to core it all. And just like that, you're up to 47% of your total country's development is Jurchen, which you only need 50% to total culture shift. So just with what you have right now, you can come in and dev up. Let's look at Jurchen provinces here that you own. Let's try and actually look for good ones. This one could be a decent one. Oh, you've got a gems province up here? No way. Oh, if I were you, it's at grasslands too. I would make this your next high dev province, and try and pump everything you can into this one, because gems, until New World Gems appears, are going to be crazy profitable for you. So I would spend a little bit of your admin and actually maybe just your military points trying to dev up Jurchen land here to get to... Whoops, where's my culture? There's my culture. Let's do this province here. This is Jurchen, right? Yeah, Jurchen. And just like that, you're 48%. So, where's your capital? Positive manpower. And, yeah. So, you only need... What's your total dev? 322, and this is at 144. So you need 10 more dev. Yeah, you need 10 more dev in any of your Jurchen provinces. Doesn't have to be one. You can space it out and do one in each of them to get up to that 50% culture shift and make that your primary culture. And then you'll get the option to form Manchu, which I would absolutely do. I believe you do need this province. You need that province there to form Manchu. But I actually think that you have the rest of the provinces needed to form it. Maybe one or two of these over here. So, to wrap it all up, you get a list of things you should do. First off, just take the peace deal with Uchi here, with Japan. Give them the one province, give them the money. You'll have a couple loans, but loans aren't a problem. Second, drop your army maintenance and stop caring about your army for a bit. Maybe even delete a unit or two. Third, try and get one other ally. I would really suggest someone in South China, maybe like you here, who is really big and honestly doesn't have that big of an issue with you, except for they're allied with Shun, which, you know, that could be an issue, but at least they won't be called into an offensive war against you if Shun attacks. So I would definitely work on, excuse me, trying to get an alliance with someone here in South China, maybe even someone in Indochina or Western India here. Uh, I would promote Jurchen culture to your primary culture so you can form Manchu. I would conquer Haixi here. You need a couple more provinces in this area to form Manchu, and this is a 22 dev province. So that's going to help your income a bit. Yeah, you take that one province and you have enough to form Manchu and to make Jurchen your primary culture. With that, that'll give you a bunch of claims. It'll give you better ideas. It'll help. Other than that, though, you have a solid save here. This is totally salvageable, and definitely don't give up on this run, especially since you are months away from being able to reform your government into whatever you decide you want. Pick Horde, but whatever you decide you want. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful for you. And message Blaine or I if you need any more help with the rest of this save. Good luck.